This is video 77 and I'll start it with my poem, the third long poem, and this is the longest poem. It consists of 300 lines. Let's go. They moved quite slowly through the dungeon, which lay right near... They moved quite slowly through the dungeon, which lay right near the forest margin. The lad was in his early 20s. The girl was just a sweet young lady. He held a dagger and the shield. He had quite strong but slender build. She held her staff and held the lantern. Her face was beautiful and gentle. How did exactly all this happen? The guy squeezed tight his only weapon. A team explored this dungeon when we found themselves inside a den of these vile goblins, so we fled. The huge hobgoblin smashed the head of our leader, then the rogue caught his right foot on that dry log. At once the goblin from the pack plunged its crude dagger in his back, then our kick fighter was killed. Third, the arrow pierced the eye of hers. At last the mage was deadly hit when she fell right into the pit. I was just lucky to escape because of this protective cape. With this, she showed the guy her cloak. He looked at it and then he spoke. This cape of yours is not a joke. It makes the air as thick as smoke. My father gave this cape to me when he found out that I would be the healer on my first big quest. He took the key, unlocked his chest, gave me to check, to wear this cloak, because it's only fair. No need to wait until he dies. It really took me by surprise. This weak old man, my father, kept such a cape and never bothered to use it for his own good sake. I didn't steal it. It will make my little business running well. It seemed that she talked to herself. And then what happened to your team? He interrupted her sweet dream. I ran away to seek some help. I tripped a few times but never fell. At last I left the cave behind and stopped to clear my foggy mind. And then I ran along the path and soon I saw you in the grass. You were asleep beneath the oak. You cried like hell and I awoke. And now we are here in this cave. I hope at least one could be saved of my teammates. I hope this too. Now watch out where you put your foot. We're not just strolling in the park. The goblins can see in the dark. If we are lucky, then we'll hunt them down and kill them one by one. I wonder whether you can tell how many of your healing spells you still possess. I have still 5. Then our chances are quite high. How many potions do you zero? I don't have cash to buy them for. Then I will heal you through the fight, and I will fight with all my might. There will not be lots of details about the killings in this tale. They killed successfully the god. The bow just pierced him through its heart. Another goblin with the bow fell with its head crushed by the stone. He killed 5 more and then the shaman. That's where it turned into a drama. The huge hobgoblin was too hard to kill though it was caught off guard. He gave the guy the deadly wound with its steel axe, so large and crude. However, with his natural skill, his courage and his iron will, he managed to cut off the head of the hobgoblin, which fell dead and caused its personal earthquake within the grounds of the cave. Then everything was sound and safe. The guy lay there like dead, but no. His speech was very quick and slow. Quick use the one of your 5 spells, restore the level of my health. I killed the goblins and fulfilled this part of our initial deal. I kept you safe from being killed, so hurry up and make me healed. But at this moment something changed. Something strange occurred to our lovely mage. Her features shifted and her face turned into one hateful grimace. Her features shifted and her face turned into one hateful grimace. To heal you, haha, what a fool. I'd rather heal the rotten ghoul. Another person took the bait, another victim of my hate. I hate them all, those bragging folks. I killed the ghoul, I killed 2 orcs. But when my village was attacked just by a very small wolf pack, nobody saved us from the slaughter. I was the only one, of the daughter of the chief elder, who survived. For months I couldn't even cry, because my eyes were out of tears, as I had been through all those fears. So I joined the Adventure Guild because I wanted to get rid of all the monsters in the wild who killed the parents of the child. I joined the guild, and in a month or so I fully realized all what they do was just their bragging. Nobody ever helped those begging men, women, children in the war. No one of them so-called heroes. I wished to kill them on the spot, but suddenly I had a thought. I will kill them once at a time. No one will link me to a crime. This ring that I wear on my finger can summon several or just single beasts, monsters, creatures to this world they are well known or never heard of, or the goblins in this cave were summoned in the same right way. Though they were not enough to kill, not having any means to heal your wounds, you'll soon die anyway. With this, the woman turned away. You bish, as the guy jumped up with curses, he gathered the remaining forces, picked up the dagger from the ground, rushed forth, and stabbed her from behind. It seemed his weapon hit the wall. I didn't scratch the cape at all. With that, the last strength left his legs, and he fell down hard on his back. She turned to him and showed her tongue each time. It doesn't make less fun, yeah. All of you make this last jump, but you can't do me any harm. I mentioned once, this magic cape protects my life and keeps me safe. It feels your murderous intent and blocks it 100%. And now I leave you on the spot. Your deadly wounds are gonna rot, but while you breathe, think of this thing. It's the atonement for your sins. Towards the girl who was so bullied that she resolved to put a bullet in her own little fragile brain, but didn't die. She went insane. She suddenly pulled up mid-sentence as if she just came to her senses. What was I talking just about? And suddenly she said out loud. She thought a while, raised her eyebrows. Oh well, it doesn't matter. Eyebrows. Oh well, it doesn't matter now. She took the lantern from the ground, yawned loudly, and then turned around. She was just halfway to the entrance when she remembered what she said just. The lad said back then, "In my pocket I keep this very precious locket. At 10 I got it from my mother. It costs a fortune, but I'd rather meet very painful, hungry death than sell it and enjoy the wealth." It was her chance. How could she miss to take this precious charm of his? So she turned back towards the corpse, This time her mind was full of hopes about the ways she'd spend her money. She'd move where it is always sunny, but when she reached the spot at last, her heart began to beat too fast. There were the bloodstains and the goblins, or more exactly, the green corpses, but that guy's body was not there. He disappeared into thin air. There were no footprints on the ground. Then suddenly she turned around. She and the lad were face to face. He put his arm around her waist. He took her hand, pulled her to him. Her open lips produced the scream. No need to scream, I mean no harm. She felt the pressure of his arm. You can't do anything to me. The escape protects in the melee. Nobody says about this part. I love you, honey, and my heart is racing when I hold your hand or kiss your lips so full and red. He pressed his lips towards her lips and put his both hands on her hips. And then he turned her and he pressed her slender back to his strong chest. He wrapped his arms around her breasts. He whispered to her ears, "The best part of the story is that I fell for you at that first sight. Fell for you at that first sight. For you at that first sight." Okay. For you at that first sight. I want to keep you by my side and hug you till your breathing stops. It's one of my sincerest hopes. So please stay still. It won't be long. I knew that there was something wrong. Tell me if I am allowed to ask, why are you here? What special task made you rest there beneath the oak? My special tasks, your magic cloak. You showed yourself. I'll kill you dead. For real. This time I'll smash you. For real. This time I'll smash your head myself. Right after all my beasts rip out your guts and have the feast. She cried the magic spell at once. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 minutes passed. The hug was hard. She hardly breathed. What was the meaning of all this? No beasts were summoned to this world, as if her spell was just a word. She noticed that her ring was gone, the golden ring, the precious stone. Where is it? I don't understand. Oh no, you bastard. When your hand was holding mine, you took it off. Of course I did. His voice, so soft. His voice was soft. Okay, and now what? She demanded. Let our duel be disbanded. You can't hurt me, and all this play of your true love was just in vain. As soon as you let me away, I'll use another jinx. A play? You say my love is just an act. My love is true, and that's a fact. I won't give you to someone else. I am the one who will possess the whole you hold, and hold you in my hands till either one of us is dead. With this, he hugged her very hard. Her ribs broke down and pierced her heart. Report 1. About the murderer. The murderer was apprehended. I traced the story of this bandit. When she committed suicide, she put a bullet right inside her brain. Her consciousness just died, but her brain lived. So then her mind invented several other people inside her brain, and just like ripples of one big stone thrown in the pond, each time she killed, a new nerve bond was added to her psyche net, and then another resident played thoroughly her new gestalt, one more accessory to murder, so medically it is called a personality disorder. Report 2. About the ring. The golden ring owner is unknown. We learned the powers in the stone. A user says a magic word and summons beasts into this word, and then he can command these creatures. It is another useful feature, so if it's found on the road, to use it you should hack the code that links a monster to a spell which moves the creature from its realm. The monsters join the user's team till they are killed or freed by him. Report 3. About the cape. About the cape. The cape was brought back to its owner, who hung it to its place of honor between the omnipresent sword and the all-seeing eye of God. The cloak is known as Omnishielding and manufactured by the leading but silent craftsman in the field, but the leading, quite famous, silent in the craftsman, okay, in the field of making the protective shield. The cape rejects all the attacks where it fits a sword, a spear, an axe. No spell, no jinx, no curse, no charm can make the owner any harm, but I suggested to my mind, the love of mine was pure and blind, my life was finally fulfilled, and we would never be apart. I hugged her very tight and killed her from the bottom of my heart. My life was finally fulfilled and we would never be apart. I hugged her very hard and killed her from the bottom of my heart. And report 4 about the body. The owner who made up this quest, the captain of the secret squad, the master of the Raven Guild, the owner who made up this, the one who made up this report, the captain of the secret squad, the master of the Raven Guild, got rid of that one who was killed. He burned her mangled corpse to ashes right after he took all the precious things he had found in her possession. Now they under investigation. Okay, it took me about 17 minutes to read about this stuff, and I noticed myself that there are lots of small moments that I missed writing the stuff, where in one particular case one word, a couple of syllables is missing from the line and the line was destroyed. Sometimes the idea is not very cool, as with this the leading but silent craftsman in the field. Maybe the leading and quite silent a craftsman in the field, and so on. So what? Yeah, it was really a long poem, and it's hard to read aloud this one stuff, so it's better to divide it into several parts and read it during the English session without this very difficult reading, after which I'm really tired. I hope that talking to myself, trying to discuss Some additional stuff will help me to get back to my senses. So what do I have to talk about? Really nothing special, or maybe nothing at all. Maybe at some point I will talk about the Gravity Falls TV series when I finish watching them, and then I recall with the help of Wikipedia the main plot of each episode. Okay, so what we have next? Okay, let me think. Yeah, really, reading all this stuff aloud really was difficult for me. Yeah, and I don't think that I have much strength to talk about this, about much today. So maybe this will be the most short video of the day, or maybe I can find some particular topic. Let me think a little bit. Okay, I'll just talk about some random topic just to create enough volume for this particular video. One Punch Man, let's say One Punch Man, one of my favorite animes, especially the first season. I watched I watched the first season, which consists of 12 episodes. I think 2 or 3 times. I watched the second season, which consists of 12 episodes as well, only once. I don't like this particular season, but there are some interesting moments. At the beginning, when Saitama saved, I talk about the second season. In the beginning, when Saitama saved King from this giant bird, and King told him that all the heroic actions that Saitama performed were said to be done by King, though he can't do anything. He's coward and he's powerless, but everyone believes that he is the strongest man on earth. He's second to Blast only. He's only second to Blast. So, and in I'm not sure about this stuff. Maybe this is in the first episode, but in the second episode, very cool moment when Blizzard, I don't remember, Fubuki, okay, her Japanese name is Fubuki, she came to Saitama's apartment to force him to join her team, because he moved from rank C to rank B, and everyone below her and she was at the top of rank B. Everyone below her could become the part of the Blizzard bunch if she wanted to add them to her team. But Saitama just rejected it. He defeated her two goons, and then they fought. But she was not unsuccessful. Yeah, he almost punched her, but then Genos appeared together with this ninja guy, and they performed a little explosion around this area, and Blizzard Bunch was caught in fire, and she survived. Blizzard Bunch. Fubuki was caught in fire, and she survived only because Saitama protected her, and he shielded this explosion blast by his body. So then there was the battle between Genos and this ninja Speedsonic, when Speedsonic created 4 after images, and Genos could not catch him because of his speed. Then Genos decided to annihilate the whole neighborhood together with himself and with this Sonic guy, but Saitama stopped him. He knocked him down. Ninja guy believed that Saitama wanted to save his pupil, that's why he knocked him down, but Saitama just said that he didn't want his neighborhood to be blown up. So he confronted this Pensonic ninja one by one, and the ninja created 10 after images. Genos was impressed, and Fubuki estimated the power of this ninja as S level, being equal to S level hero. So Saitama, according to her thoughts, Saitama, who was C class hero, could not had no chance against ninja, but they all had this hunch that the ninja would fail. And Saitama made some regular sideway or just side jumps, and his shocking wave knocked Speedsonic out cold. Knocked Speedsonic out cold. Speedsonic promised to fight Saitama next time, and 3 of them Fubuki, Genos, and Saitama, they moved to Saitama's flat apartment where he sat and read Sandman comics. Genos sat beside him, and Fubuki told them her story, that she was always second after her sister. Her sister was the best, though Fubuki had all these abilities of telekinesis, but telekinesis, but she was quite quite weaker than her sister, the terrible tornado. So Fubuki decided to stay at the level B1 and gather enough forces stayed at the level B1, just B, and create a team of B level hunters, and together she hoped to I don't know how, somehow overpower her sister. So anyway, what happened? Yeah, she suggested to Saitama to join her Blizzard bunch, but he rejected. She said that he could not survive on his own because he could not go through the A1 rank hero Amai Mask, but there were lots of other S-class heroes like her sister, King, the strongest man on Earth, and the Blast, the top, standing at the top of the hero hierarchy. And at this moment, someone ran to the bell. Genos opened the door. There stood King, and he just casually addressed Genos. He asked whether Saitama was at home, and then he said to Saitama to give him back his portable console. Saitama didn't want to give it back because he erased King's save, and he smashed all the buttons. So they continued to chat, and Fubuki observed this, that King chat with Saitama as if they were just friends, and Genos believed that strong and powerful heroes attracted to Saitama because he is strong. Yeah, so this is the second huge episode, quite interesting in this anime, in this second season. And then the last episode where Silver Fang and his brother fought against, and a bunch of other heroes, they fought against this. Silver Fang and his brother and a bunch of other heroes plus Genos, they fought against a huge serpentine, whatever this thing called. Well, I always forget to check this stuff after I talked, so I'll try to do this now. Yeah, okay. I open the translation. Now I'm going to type this stuff. Okay, let's do this in Russian. Centipede, and we have centipede and millipede. So pede means something. Millipede, and we have centipede. Centipede. Centi, maybe centi means 100, like 100 legs. The way in Russian we can call this stuff like what? 400 legs creature. 100 legs creature. So in English, this stuff means the same. Let's see. Centipede. Centipede. Any overclass of long, flattened, many segmented, predaceous arthropods with each segment bearing one pair of legs, of which the foremost part is modified into poison fangs. Centipede, from centi plus pede, which is food, more at food. So pede. Let me check what is this world history. Pod, fort, food, ped. Oh, so in Latin we have ped, so pedal maybe means something which is pressed with the foot. That's why centipede is many hundred of foods. Centipede. Okay. Finally, I can learn how to pronounce this word correctly. Centipede. Yeah.
Foot.
Sorry. Yeah. Centipede. Maybe next time I'll do this stuff. I can open some encyclopedia on my screen and just look at the articles and start to talking about the topic within this encyclopedia, because it's really sometimes I just don't have power to talk about some random topic. I can only perform something like the reaction to something else. Centipede. Wow. Cool. Let's look at this one stuff. Let's call it spider. I know the fact that at Oxford Learner's Dictionary there are well, the dictionary is quite simple, but even with this I have more than enough information to learn it by heart. They give very simple definitions compared to Merriam-Webster dictionary, but personally I can't give even this type of definitions myself. I have troubles giving the definitions for the basic objects like animals, doors, windows, even in Russian. Anyway, spider. Spider is a small creature with 8 thin legs. Many spiders spin webs and catch insects for food. And as I suggested, and I was right, Oxford Advanced Learner Dictionary had some pictures sometimes that these pictures collect in visual form the simple nouns describing something like the elements of the valley or the type of the cars, something inside the kitchen and so on. And now I checked the article related to devoted to a spider, and they had this picture that shows 3 types of arachnids. Like they are spiders, ticks, and scorpions. Arachnids, I hope this word is quite correct. Insects, bam. Spider, insects, flying. Y, sect O, and insects, spiders. Let's see.
Arachnid.
Arachnid. So they all, scorpions, ticks, and spiders are arachnids. Any small creatures of the class that includes spiders, scorpions, mites, and ticks. Okay. And they all have 8 legs. In contrast to insects which have 6 legs, like ants, beetles, butterflies. Okay. Well, actually, that's an interesting idea overall to talk according to some picture. So, centipede is this type of insect. This type of insect. Invertebrates, insect, worm, other passive insects. Come on. Arthropod. Well, actually, this is quite an interesting thing, but it's useless because it's from biology and I never use it in my real life. Invertebrate. Arthropod. Animal, insect, spider, or crab that has its skeleton on the outside of its body, has joints on his legs. So invertebrate. Yeah, animals without backbone, for example, a worm. And vertebrate. Vertebrate is an animal with a bone. Okay, it was quite interesting, but in the end, I can't talk much about this stuff because yeah. As I said, maybe I should take some encyclopedia that I have here, if I had any encyclopedias, to go through this stuff. Let me check it very quickly. Maybe not. A meditation, past simple, Algorithms, okay, we have the encyclopedia. I hope I can open it. Okay, no, I failed. Let me check. Open with Pocketbook, viewer. Open image. Okay, sorry, the file format is not supported. And this stuff do not work with this stuff. So after all, there is nothing about nothing here that I can use to open this DGB format, and I will fix it sometime later. For now, let's go through something. I have this 7th grade medieval history. Let's choose anything at the beginning of the 3rd lesson. Okay, maybe next time maybe I will be more prepared, and I will be able to read through my Swift code from the beginning of my lesson. But anyway, wow, I opened unit 3 and it's about West African civilizations. Can I say like devoted? I don't think so, because devoted is not a very right word. Centipede. Let me check it very quickly. Okay, well, devoted is not it. About, I can say is about. I had to be sure that you were 100% dedicated to this. So yeah, I can say dedicated, or I can say is about, the way I just did. The 3rd unit dedicated to West African civilizations is quite strange. It's quite strange. I don't know anything about African civilization in the time, but they even suggest the geography of Africa, so that we can understand. The world's largest desert, the Sahara, dominates North Africa. Okay, I see now. So they used this level to show the mountains and the plains, but they used green color for the plains. I thought that Sahara at the time was a territory filled with grass, but it was many years ago, and yeah, green color means just the level of the Sahara Desert above the sea level. Well, actually, it's really interesting representation of height on the picture on the map. I never thought about this, even though I'm not interested in I'm not interested in this African history much. It's really Yeah, it's really impressive how they organized and developed this dictionary. Oh yeah, I think I know why they why they did so much research on Africa, because all the African American people came from Africa, and this is their real past. The same way most of Americans came from Europe, and Europe is their historical motherland, I should say. Yeah, there are not so many Asian people in America, so I think they skip the events, the history of Asia a little bit. Reading social studies, all this stuff, well, that's not so bad after all. Empire of Ghana. Ghana controls trade. Ghana Empire was quite huge, or maybe not. Trade routes. So somehow people lived in Africa is well. What do we have next? Empire of Mali. Oh yeah, actually quite an interesting book after all. Mansa Musa, Empire of Songhai. It looks like well, actually, they study these different empires in Africa the same way they usually study different empires in pre-European, pre-Columbian America. Those Incas, Maya, and Aztecs. And it's not really interesting for me because I don't have any relationships to Aztecs, so I just skip the stuff. Though I tried to get something from the knowledge, from the history, from the facts. Let me check. Literature in history, Sundate. For almost 900 years, West Africa ghosts have been telling the story of Sundiata, king of and founder of the Mali Empire. Well, maybe it's not so bad. Get the necessary words and so on. And especially the assessment. Wow, it was Western African civilizations. I think if we have the word West African civilizations empire, then we have the word okay. What the fuck is that? Oh yeah, we have the double. Oh, okay. Unit 4 corresponds to China and Japan, Eastern civilizations. Drawing conclusions about the past. Well, actually, the way they put this information, it's quite interesting just to read aloud all this stuff. Paper trail. All this stuff, maybe write down the words that I never learned before, but it's really an interesting thing. So Russia was conquered by Mongol Empire, and ancient Mongolia and Persia, and almost the whole China was conquered by Mongol Empire. Okay, Great Wall. Chinese city, voyage of some guy, Kublai Khan. Well, yeah, that's interesting stuff. The Great Wall, China. Skills, standard assessment. It's not a bad idea to read this all, at least to go through this text and try to read aloud from time to time. Why not? Prince Shotoku, Japan, art and culture, and all this stuff. The Tale of Genji. Growth of military society, modern samurai, standards review. Let me see. What will be the... do we have maybe something like content of this stuff? Let me think. Infography, modern times, to teachers created all this stuff. Oh yeah, we have the content. We should have content. Clues from the past, putting pieces together. Then the Roman Empire. It followed Byzantine. Okay. The first unit is about connecting with past learnings, right? Then the rise of Islam, the Islam world, geography of Arabia. Oh, cool. Next, the spread of Islam, Muslim Empire, West African civilizations, what I checked. Then what? Early Africa, and then just West African civilizations, then China and Japan, and then finally medieval Europe, the early Middle Ages. That's what we know about the Europe in general, the late Middle Ages. And then Renaissance. Renaissance goes with this stuff together. The scientific revolution. And of course, the civilization in the Americas, early Americas, Aztec and Inca empires, the age of... wow, we have here the age of exploration, enlightenment and revolution. So yeah, this is an interesting stuff. It's about politics as well, so maybe I should... yeah. This stuff is about real politics, so I should go for this stuff. Cool. Yeah, it's really interesting. Why not? Latitude, longitude, latitude. Oh, northern hemisphere, southern hemisphere, eastern, western, map-making. Well, really, that's really cool. Compass, rose, scale, locator map, working with maps. Geography. Whoa. Wow. Cool. They have all the stuff here. Lakes. Yeah. Okay. I think active reading. Successful readers are active readers. These readers know that it is up to them to figure out what the text means. Here are some steps you can take to become an active and successful reader. Predict, question, summarize, connect, clarify, visualize. Pay attention to vocabulary. Academic vocabulary. Wow, that's really cool. Social studies vocabulary. Common era. Before common era. BC. AD. Century, decade, era, climate, culture, economy. Wow, really cool. Grade 8 academic words. Grade 6, 7, and 8. Wow. Okay, I think I can stop with this for today's lecture. It was not so maybe about speaking, but I think that in future I can go through such types of books with lots of pictures, and I can just catch some inspiration about the picture and talk about this stuff. And I think that's all for today. I think this is video 77. I think it is. So that's all.